Hey, everybody, you're back with Dave and Ed. Also, Jess is sitting in the car with us. We are at the tournament doing our podcast.
Which podcast?
To the Death podcast. Did I forget that again?
Yeah, you did. Episode 43. I don't even know what we're doing here. We've been sitting in the car for 2 hours now.
Yeah, Ed, can you smile? Cheer up. Look, we have our favorite things in our hand, and we're just going to sit here and talk. I love talking to you.
Go ahead, talk to me.
It's fun.
We've been talking this whole time.
I know, but that's why I've been saying get the podcast equipment, because we're not saying anything inappropriate. We have a lot of people. The parking lot is not plowed well. Yeah.
We were supposed to be in at 11. It's now 12:20, and we're still waiting.
And we actually got here at 10 o'clock. So because of all the snow, the parking lot is not plowed well. There's snow everywhere. The cars are like... It's like Tetris in here. It's however people could fit. Nobody's pulled up all the way. There's snow banks. We have a Tesla in front of us that's sticking out like 7 feet. There was a Challenger or a Charger. I think it's a Challenger that got stuck in the snow over here.
I'm surprised nobody's gotten any dents yet.
I'm sure
This is
there
crazy.
are people that have gotten dents.
No. Well, not that we could see. It's giving
Nope.
me anxiety. I hate watching this.
I love it. I love people watching, and this is fun. People are pulling in, realizing there's no spots, trying to back out through this zigzag of cars.
But doesn't
We
it feel
did.
great we have a spot, though? I love having a spot.
We have a spot now, yeah, but our first spot was better. If you didn't need coffee,
If I didn't need coffee, well, you got me 2 orders of hash browns, which was fantastic.
that's good for your diet, right? 2 orders of hash browns.
Yeah.
Well, Jess gave me a protein bar that had some sugar in it, so I'm probably not keto anymore.
Just the protein bar was not as good as Thin Mints, so I didn't like it.
Thin Mints.
I think for protein bars in general, though, I think it was a pretty good one.
I agree.
We're not going to say the name because they're not a
Yeah,
sponsor.
not a sponsor.
I have people saying that to me outside of, just like in real life that listen. I was talking about this fitness tracker that I wear to the strength coach because he was asking about it, and Dan just looks at me and goes, "Not a sponsor."
Wait, did you mention the fitness coach to the podcast that you have?
He follows us.
Yeah, but does he listen?
I don't know. I'm not ready yet
Oh,
to
you're
talk
not
to him
ready?
about it because I'm not close enough to him
You're
yet.
crazy. You just asked the people next to us for their phone number.
I
And you
didn't
won't-
ask for their phone number. I was going to give them my phone number.
Same thing.
Very different. No, because they
It's
could
not different.
block and call *67 and then call me and say, yes, come in.
Nobody star 6-7s anymore.
But it's available.
I just did the other day.
You did? Well, you're old.
I'm trying to think of
You
why,
guys
though.
are
I'm
old.
not old.
I'm not old.
I'm only a few years older than you, Ed.
I'm 28.
To him, that's old. He's
You're old.
Dave's old.
You're the oldest. I'm old. And then what would be under old?
I'm young.
young.
I'm young. I'm in the prime of life right now.
Is
Yeah.
that sad that that's the prime? I know, but would you call Ed being in his prime? He should be in his prime,
Mentally, I'm there.
but he's not. He's in the autumn of his life.
I know. I don't want to waste autumn with you anymore. Look, I feel like I'm really wasting my autumn right now in this car. It's not your fault, Jess. It's the stupid tournament's fault.
Listen,
What's the problem?
We got to just do a little thing real quick.
Oh, Dave's got it. Dave
Yeah,
gets
I'm
hot.
cooking.
I love being warm.
Yeah, I love being warm too, but I mean, could you imagine if I had a coat? I just have a sweatshirt on because I'm going from the car to the building, except that I'm sitting in a car forever, and the greenhouse effect, global warming, which is real.
Look
I
at this
think.
kid. Doesn't even have a coat on.
Ed's been farting the whole time.
No,
you
I
haven't
haven't
smelled
farted
it?
once. Not one fart. I've been holding all the farts in.
Give me one. I want it on the
No,
podcast.
no. That's very impolite. Unless Jess asks for them, I'm not giving any farts out.
Jess did ask for it.
Yeah.
What kind of watch is that, Jess? Not a sponsor.
That's how I could tell you're old. You're
I
still
like
wearing a
it.
watch. Only old people wear
MK
watches.
Michael Kors. Fancy. Did your boyfriend buy that for you? Oh, you don't have a boyfriend. So she is available, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies
Still
and
single
gentlemen.
from my other episode.
That's an update on Jess's dating life. Ed, how's your dating life going?
We could start calling this the Pimp Podcast. We'll just start hooking people up together.
Well, you know what? Maybe it's because of your rating, Jess. What's your number from 1 to 10? No, for you.
You
Yeah.
can't do this.
I'm asking her opinion of herself. We're not rating her. Go ahead.
I'm an 11.
An 11. The scale was 1 to 10, Jess. You obviously don't know how to play this game.
I'm a bonus.
Bonus.
A lot of self-confidence.
That's good, though. How would you rate your jiu-jitsu on 1 to 10 for today's competition?
7 because it's my lucky number.
What do you think about that, Ed?
7 out of 10? You're not a 7 out of 10. I'm sorry.
No, for her division, for
Oh,
her
for her
belt
division.
today. How
Okay,
about that?
okay. For her belt today. That's fine.
7, you agree?
Yeah, it's a
She's
weird.
tough, right?
It's a weird way to scale it though. Like
I'm
add up
just
blue belts.
trying to get her to play with the scale some
Okay.
more.
An overall scale though. What was your jiu-jitsu?
16, right? I said 14. You said 16.
Right.
And
And mine's
you
a
were
little.
17.
Mine's a little better than yours.
Yeah. Have we increased since we fixed some of our guard retention? We haven't gone up a point yet.
No, because I tried to use it the other day and it still doesn't work for me yet. Like the turtle stuff, I didn't get to practice that enough.
Okay, so my turtle is better.
Yeah,
Am
you're, yeah.
I a 17
No,
now?
no. I'll still crush you.
16.5?
You're 16.
I like the 0.5.
You're not a 0.5.
16.1.
No, I don't do 0.1s.
You don't do 0.1s? Why are you making noise, Jess?
Don't do that.
She's bored out of her mind, sitting in the car for several hours waiting to compete. You thought waiting at a normal competition was bad? Having to wait outside, not even allowed in, it has to be worse.
Yeah, I feel like an animal.
You always put the mic at the wrong time.
You have to start talking, and then I move the microphone.
Hold on, I got a text. I got to check.
Would you like to read your text on the podcast? Please?
Oh, it wasn't. My my Verizon bill is ready.
And how much is that Verizon bill? I'm weirding you out, sticking the microphone in your face. Ed, can you talk more, please? I know you said your energy was low from sitting around, but I told you I would pick you up right away.
The thing was, I was very excited. Last night, I had 3 Trulies. I felt great. I'm like, yes, tomorrow we're going to spend the whole day, competition, get excited. And this really put a damper on my spirits.
Well, this will keep us here all day at the competition, just like you hoped.
I'm going to have to order a taxi service to take me home.
It's going to cost you several $100s.
Can you imagine?
Do
Nobody
they still
does
have
that.
those?
They don't have those. How
What
could they
about-
stay in business?
Now, which app do you have, Uber or Lyft?
Uber.
Uber. Oh, I got a message. Let's
Here we
see who
go.
it is. I'm going to read it out loud. A Silver Fox guy is here.
Who?
That was John Stanley.
Oh,
Now, and he also wants to weigh in because that's right. He had to cut like 3 pounds.
he said he hasn't drank any water yet. That's terrible.
John, because otherwise he'd be over 170. So he's probably sitting in there starving, not eating,
Yeah,
not
see,
having coffee.
that's why this is messed up. They should at least let him go in there,
Let
weigh
the
in,
people
and then
weigh in.
walk back out.
Yeah.
These people don't know what they're doing.
Bring the scale outside. I'm sure people would strip down and weigh in outside just to eat.
I think if you make us sit here long enough, people will just roll outside if they wanted to.
I suggested that we just do this in the snow.
Oh, that'd be
We have
brutal.
potential competitors sitting in the car right next to us. From Black Hole, there is a Black Hole competitor in Jess's division. We can just get this done and over with right now in the snow.
Wait, they mentioned there was a diner nearby. Why don't we just roll there?
An
All right,
Irish
let's
pub.
go roll at the pub.
You want to go to the Irish pub? I don't know if they have Truly there.
Again, I'm not talking.
Because you have to wait until I get the microphone up. I'm going to keep it in front of your face if I'm not talking. That way, when I know I want to say something, I'll just pull it back real quick.
I'll just have 3 mics then if you want 3 people talking.
Yeah, it don't work like that with this one. Sorry.
Didn't know. You can move away now.
See, I'm weirding her out just holding the microphone
Dave
there.
is the most annoying person I know.
I definitely can be. I really feel like that's a skill that I've developed. I can read people. I know what annoys them. And if I want, I can just go right for it.
But why would you do that? Nobody likes that.
No, it's just a skill that I have the ability to use.
But why would you use it?
Sometimes you need to use your abilities for evil.
Not me. I'm always good.
Yeah, right? Like Mr. Glass in the movie Unbreakable. Did you ever see it? With
Is that Shyamalan?
M. Night Shyamalan, that's correct. Who, Samuel L. Jackson was Mr. Glass and Bruce Willis was Unbreakable.
Right, I didn't
What
watch
year?
those. I didn't watch those.
You don't know?
I didn't watch them, so I don't know. I told you I have to watch the movie, and I know the year of the movie.
You should watch it. It's a good movie. Now, speaking of M. Night Shyamalan, how about The Village? Did you like that movie?
Never watched it. I'm a movie person, but he's a weirdo. I don't like his weirdo movies.
But the movies are good.
I don't like them. Whoa. Somebody's beeping now.
That's because the car just got hit in the parking lot of Zigzag Cars.
Oh, I was asking you before if I should try to get kicked out so we can get a viral video, but you said no.
No, I don't think that's the direction that we want to take
But
this
listen,
podcast.
it has nothing to do with your school. I'm not wearing any of your clothes or your shirt. The people don't know I'm associated with you.
Except that you want the video to go viral. The video is associated to the podcast. The school supports the podcast.
Yeah, but
Oh, like you're going to be the evil
yeah,
villain.
I will be. And I'll say I have no association to this place while I'm there. So that while I'm doing it, they're not going to kick you out because they don't know that you're with me.
But CORE cannot endorse behavior that way.
Not live, but afterwards you could be like, yeah, we endorsed this.
But I think that I think that that's the opposite of what we're going for here, Ed. Remember, we were going to spread positivity, and I'm positive that whoever drove that black car does not know how to park. I didn't realize how far out that thing is sticking.
No, the snowbank is pushed it out.
That's what I do.
I wonder what John Stanley and Sam are talking about right now.
John Stanley is talking about water and food. That's all he cares about. He texts me, I just want to weigh in.
Do you still size people up even though you're not competing?
No. I don't even size people up when I compete because it's just such an illusion.
What do you mean by that?
Half my size. Like height-wise at least, right?
Yeah, height-wise. But for me, I'm shorter, I guess, for some of the people that are in my division. And they always seem like they're humongous, and I'm tiny.
Yeah, but so how about if you're you don't know Yanni and you're on the opposite side of the mat? Are you sizing him up like, oh my God, look at him. He's got not a muscle.
I would kill him.
But
That's
he
what I
kills
would
you.
think. Of course he kills me.
So he might be the reason that I don't do that.
No, but what I'm saying is most of the tournaments I've ever done, I was a white and blue belt, and most white and blue belts are in really good shape but have really bad technique. So the size of them scares you. Like they're muscular. I'm not a muscular guy,
But you're strong.
I guess.
I'm kind of catch up, though. I deadlifted a whole bunch of weight yesterday. It was really just rubber bands, but it was
but remember
a
when we
lot.
rolled the other day and you were trying to stop me and I just overpowered you?
Yeah, but we just stopped each other. You couldn't stop me. I couldn't stop you.
I didn't pass is what you're saying.
Yeah, but
But I got to put my arm where I wanted it.
You
You
definitely
didn't
did.
want it there and I put it there.
Yeah.
I'm calling to see if they're going to take us in yet.
You can do that? Please hold. That's because
Do not think
there's
of that.
700 cars in the parking lot that are trying to call. You have to put the microphone by the ear. It's good music, at least. We could jam out to this. Dance with me.
I hope it doesn't get us flagged. Yeah, seriously.
Is that complicated? They're about to go to the door. Take my phone number. Call me if we can go in.
They weren't going to the door. They were going somewhere else. Where
Well,
were
I
they going?
assumed.
Yeah, you always make an ass of yourself.
I don't think you can say that on this podcast.
Ass.
I don't like when you curse.
You cursed and I have to cut it out still.
I don't curse that often, but every now and then you get me all amped up and one slips.
Well, I do have a secret curse that I'm not allowed to give out, but I still like to listen to it every once in a while.
do you listen to it?
No, I don't. But I have
I'm
it.
going to play it for Jess. Can I play it for Jess right now while we wait?
No, it's clipped out on my computer.
I have it on my phone. You put it in the email.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should play it for it.
All right, I'll play it for Jess as soon as we are not recording anymore. So does this have a time on it? How long have we been doing this?
About 13 minutes.
13 minutes. We'll do a few more minutes, and that'll be the intro. What do you think?
Whatever you want.
So who are you most looking forward to competing today?
Oh, so I told John Stanley, because you gave him a pair of shorts that he has to pay for, I said if he medals, I will pay for the shorts. I will sponsor him.
You will sponsor him.
Sweaty Eddie.
Sweaty Eddie sponsoring John Stanley. What about Sam? How do you think Sam's going to fare today? Because remember, there's going to be people his weight in his division.
What I think is the sub only changes it. If it was points, I think he for sure would win. But I think sub is tough because he doesn't really get to sub guys his own size that often. And there are other factors you obviously know when you roll with guys that are strong too.
Yeah. But because it's sub only, he can take a break if he runs out of energy. And I think that can definitely benefit him, the little reset.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, 8 minutes
8
for
minutes
blue
for
belt.
blue belts?
For blue belt.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because they're, I guess, right, sub only doesn't get as tiring because you take more breaks.
You can take breaks. So, yeah, like when he'll sometimes be resting 3 minutes of my roll with him, and I'm still going as hard as I can, and he's resting, and then he'll explode. So if he needs to rest for 3 minutes during this match, he can.
You know, one of the only blue belt tournaments that I came in first was a sub only.
Really? Who was it?
Who was it? It was like a very small tournament at a school. And I had like 5 people in my division, and I did that. I got my ass kicked the whole round. Then in overtime, it was points. It wasn't like this overtime. And then I won on points every round. 3 matches I
And
had.
he's a gold.
Yeah, 3 matches I had. I lost the whole time. Won in overtime with like a over underpass. I think you know what? Yanni has those matches.
I can watch them right now.
You should watch them.
I have the app on my phone.
Yeah, I haven't watched them in years.
And
That was
I
a long
have-
time ago.
Yeah, I have access to it.
Yeah, so I'm good sub only because I could stall better than anybody.
I know you can. But the whole point is that if Sam needs to reset and stall, he'll be able to a little bit. He can let somebody just sit inside mount. It doesn't matter. We're a regular points tournament. It's go, 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 go. So
I guess I'm just nervous for him to get leg locked.
that is a thing. Toe holds, knee bars, and straight ankle locks are legal in his division.
Toe holds?
Yes.
Wow, that's different.
Female blue.
What'd she say?
Aren't you at the door? Can't you just let us in? At least this is good music to dance to. I'm dancing right now.
We should change our theme music.
Yes, the females are weighing in right now. You can come in.
Oh, nice. All right, well, that's the intro.
That's it. Intro is done. We're going in. It is 12:36. 12:36, and we are heading inside after 2.5 hours of waiting outside. Good job, The Good Fight.
I hope you guys enjoy. This is To the Death podcast. Tell them.
Bye.
No, what episode is it?
I don't know.
43.
43.
They standing up the whole time?
The mat's all wet. I mopped the mat. Mat's all wet, and we have enough guests that there's no chairs left.
Okay, so we did the intro with Jess, and I guess people probably are expecting us to be in the tournament venue right now. We're not.
No, I asked Ed to record during the tournament, and he didn't want to.
Hold on. No. During the tournament was not going to happen. You knew that. Afterwards, you wanted me to record.
I wanted to record on the ride home. You didn't want to.
And why was that?
Because you were lazy.
That's not why. Jess, why didn't we record?
Why didn't we record?
Yeah.
Because he was being lazy.
No, that's not it.
It was also 5:30 at night.
And we all had
it was
headaches.
the longest
Okay.
of our life.
Yeah, it was a long day. You didn't want to do it either. We were low energy.
Why was I asking you? No, but as soon as we break this microphone out, we're high energy again, Ed.
You are.
It definitely gives Dave life.
I love this thing. It's my favorite. But so is teaching. Have you ever seen me low energy while teaching?
Probably.
happens sometimes.
It's probably.
While teaching or after I roll with Sam?
When you roll
No,
with Sam.
you can tell like sometimes the vibe is different in here.
Is it me?
No, sometimes it's just the day.
All right. You know what, Jess? I think you're trying to put me down right now. Is that what you're doing? You're trying to put me down?
Continue, Ed.
All right. So, anyways, we are a couple days later, and we're doing an interview with all 4 competitors. So right now we have Jess and Jeff. How'd you guys feel? Starting with Jeff.
Why? Shouldn't you do ladies first, Ed? Isn't
No,
that
she
kind
was
of
in
rude?
she was in the intro, so she already went first. So Jeff's turn.
It was awesome. It was fun. It was a good time, but it was not a good day in terms of waiting around, obviously. We were waiting outside for, 4 hours maybe, right? Something
Just
like
before
that.
you even went in.
Before we even went in
Yeah.
to the venue.
That's because the white belts were last.
Yes,
And tell them what the original start time they wanted you to be for weigh-ins.
So the original start time, which I rushed my wife out of the house for, was 12 o'clock. They wanted you there. You were going to be disqualified if you didn't make weigh-ins. We didn't weigh in until, what?
Well, I got to go first, I think
3?
around 1.
Yeah. Jess was in first at around 1. I don't think we went in until 3 or 3:30.
Yeah, they kept kicking us out. We were in and out, in and out.
Yeah. Ed almost got into a fist fight with the lady at the desk.
Is that
Did you
true?
really?
No, I was laughing at her though. They would like the lady would say, "Hey, all right, we need everybody that's not competing right now to get out because of the codes," and then everybody just didn't.
Well, they
move.
pretty much had a table set up that was like a barricade almost, so you couldn't go past
Yeah,
it
you
at
couldn't
one
go
point,
past,
right?
but she was like, "Get out," and then everybody's just like looking around. We're not
Yeah.
leaving.
Yeah, it was that sucked. But we were all talking about it, and once Jess went in and we weighed in, it was fun from there. We were only there for a couple hours after that. I think we left, like you said, at like 5:30 or something.
Yeah, I think it was.
Right before 6.
Yeah, right before 6.
Got to
So-
keep talking right into this thing.
That's Dave's
When
favorite thing.
when you turn your head, Ed's going to call me. He's going to go, "We're never having Jeff on the podcast again."
He may do that anyway, so.
No, he only does that if he has to edit a lot. So, like, if you do a bunch of this and he has to edit, he's going to go nuts. He'll call me and complain.
Well, Sam with the water bottle and the burping, there's going to be a lot of editing
No,
anyway.
that won't even be picked up.
You know what? I forgot about that. I did a lot of editing out of that stuff. Yeah,
But,
you definitely did. Clearing your throat, clicking.
Dr.
water
Dave
bottles.
does a lot of this. And
Mm.
Ed contacts me. He just messages me. He's like, "Dr. Dave sucks. We're never having him on again. Why
That's
do we
just
have him
another
on?"
reason.
I just want to drop him as a sponsor. I don't even want him anymore.
Speaking of our sponsors, Ground Game Physio.
No, we're not doing that right now. I'll just mute you right here. All right. Well, Jeff, how'd you do?
I took home the gold. So we had 2 matches. I think Sam had 2 as well, and John.
He'll talk about him.
Yeah,
all
why are you
right.
talking
But,
about everybody
Don't
else?
get so greedy.
But I had 2 matches. It was 206 and above. For some reason, I thought it was going to be like a weight class in between when I first signed up, but it was just 206 and above. So, the first match was I got kind of tired, to be honest. I was
Tired?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just,
it's the
it's the
nerves.
adrenaline. Yeah, the nerves.
You get
It's
nervous?
Adrenaline
I
dump.
was a little nervous in the first
on.
one.
Well, have you ever competed before?
I have, I want to say when I was 19, 20, I was telling Ed, I don't know, it was like 2009. I competed in Naga and in Nogi, and I took second and then I hadn't done anything.
He's been
since then,
sandbagging
so-
us.
2009.
Yeah, 2009.
I was a white belt too. We were white belts together.
Jeez.
and now I'm a white belt again.
Not again, still. Because
Still,
you were never
yeah.
promoted, right?
But no, I was not.
So still, not again.
Still, yeah. But yeah, it was fun. The first match I think was like a little over 2 minutes, and I wound up finishing him with an Ezekiel, and it was submission only, obviously. So I was kind of nervous about that more than anything
Wait,
else.
is that what you did to Tom today?
That's what I did to Tom today.
I hate you for that, but it's all right. It's better in a
Yeah, it's
tournament,
all right.
like I said. I was getting on him because he's in Tom's half guard. Instead of passing, he's doing these Ezekiels.
Well, that's funny because I yell at Emmett whenever he tries to submit somebody from top half guard. I'm
Yeah.
like, will you pass the guard,
Just
please?
pass,
Just
please.
pass the
His
guard.
neck was out. It's,
You got, like, how
It's
many
like-
pounds do you have on Tom? You got to bully him like that.
50.
He's got a kid now.
50 or 60 pounds.
I mean, his nickname is the Viper, so I don't think
I don't
I'm
know
doing
where he
him a
got that
disservice.
nickname
It's
from.
just from his mouthpiece.
Oh, the mouthpiece.
Yeah,
Oh.
he started wearing that mouthpiece at Viper on it. We all just started calling him Viper.
Well, that's an intimidating nickname, so I'm not going to take it easy on him just because I'm heavier.
Yeah, but how do you feel now? You won. You had 2 matches. You dominated both of them.
I felt good. It felt good. I mean, and then the second match was even better. I got a nice lateral drop. That's my
Yeah, I saw that.
favorite. And right into side control and then to full mount, and I wound up getting the arm triangle, and I think I finished them in about a minute and so many seconds.
Dave, you have
whatever
both
it
of those on
wound
the
up
internet, right?
Well, they're just on the Facebook group.
Okay.
Jeff posted them publicly.
being. I
Good.
did post them on Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have to fix your arm triangle. I'm not angry at you, but like Ed always says, we want to be able to finish everyone at every belt level. And as you go up the ranks, sitting through like that is going to be much harder to finish because
That was the
you're
old
taking
school
pressure.
way. Old school way was to
Sitting
sit
through?
Yeah,
Oh, I never saw
when
the sit
when
through
I
before.
originally learned back in 2007, it was stuff
You
like
sat
that.
through. I never saw sit through. I saw the grip that he was doing where you grab your bicep
I don't
like
even
a rear
know if I
naked choke.
learned it. I definitely didn't learn it from Yanni, but I think maybe I was doing some YouTube stuff or whatever.
That's probably
I've
what
seen
it
it
was.
before.
Because
like
I
that.
saw the rear naked choke where you grab your bicep and you get super low, and then from there you would grab your hands in a gable grip, and you'd do like a tripod so that all your weight's down on the neck. Now I do it Yanni's way.
Yes,
Chin over the shoulder.
Yeah, I heard you yelling, too.
I didn't want him to get away
Yeah.
because I feel like, I don't remember if it was the first match or the second match. You had a tight submission, and then somehow he squirmed away, and you had to do it all over again.
Yeah, it was the first. It was
First
the
match.
First
So I
one,
didn't want
yeah.
you to go through the same thing again. I wanted you to get it, just sink it in nice and tight one time, be done.
Yeah, like I told you after, I was listening to you. I heard you loud and clear, but the way I had his arm, I just felt him. He was already choking, so I just said, let me just
He
finish
felt
it.
him breaking.
Yeah, well, you
Felt him
can,
break.
that's the true thing. You can feel somebody
Yeah.
when they break.
I
You
felt him like
know.
wheezing, so I knew that he was.
Not even that. You can feel when like they just kind of go limp and they're just
Yeah.
waiting to tap.
Yeah, so the thing is, when you win, right, you won both matches. It's harder to pick and pull things. So you need to pick like stuff like that, things that you could do better, and it's harder for it to sink in because you're like, well, I got the tap.
Right,
What's
right.
the big deal, Dave? But the big deal is, as you move up the belts, white belts, it's easy. You could cheat in certain places and
Right.
win. Blue belt, a little less cheating, and then as soon as you get to purple and up, there's really no cheating because anybody that's competing still at purple belt is serious, and they're not letting silly stuff like that happen. So we need to fix that for the
Right.
next tournament.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not angry at you for not doing it the way that I wanted it done, but I want you to learn the way that is going to finish everyone at every belt level.
Right. Well, that's fine. I don't mind being scolded for.
Scolded.
That's okay.
All right, before the scolding is over, do you actually listen to this podcast?
I do. I haven't listened to every episode, but I've listened to the last 4.
Oh, those are our great ones.
So
Are
they
those
were
our
all
great
very
ones?
good. Unlike Dr. Dave, I don't lie and tell you I'm going to listen to every episode and don't listen to any.
He never told us he was going to listen
Oh,
to any
okay.
of them. He just
Only the
uses
ones
us.
he's on.
He uses and abuses.
Why are you playing with the sweat?
It's not even sweat. This was in my trunk, and the condensation from. I gotta stop leaving this in the trunk while we do jujitsu.
It's probably not good to leave
No,
out there.
I know.
Freezing. What kind of screen is that?
I don't know, dude.
Is it LCD?
Don't worry about it.
Is it insured? Did you get insurance on
I
that?
didn't get insurance on this. It's
Did-
not that
what
much.
about the protection plan? Did you purchase the
It's
protection plan?
$600. I could buy another one.
Oh, you have just
flush,
extra
baby.
$600 laying around.
We're killing it with this
guy,
podcast.
$600 for the Roadcaster, an $1,800 couch. How much was the bed?
The
$1,200.
couch was a
$1,200.
good one. $1,800. He was so proud of that couch.
I just bought a Honda Civic Turbo.
Turbo? Did they know? Does your insurance company know you're driving a turbo around?
Yeah, and it's got the.
Is it red?
No. I don't do red. Black.
He does red at work.
Yeah, I got the fire truck. All right, let's go to Jess. Jess,
Yes.
you were first off. I don't even remember what we talked about in the intro, but tell us about your tournament experience
I do have to say, I woke up that morning and for the first time, I was not nervous and it felt good. You know, I went there, I wasn't concerned about my weight because I knew I was good where I was at.
For a change, right? How did that feel?
Good. I mean, I was eating. I felt bad for you guys because, you know, you guys had to wait longer than expected. But I think I ate like a peanut butter and jelly and a hard roll with butter before
you
I
gave
even
me
went in.
a roll of butter, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Don't forget how many cans of Bing Bang, whatever the heck this stuff
Just
is.
one.
And then also the protein bar.
And I had my vest and my sneakers on when I weighed in too.
Oh yeah, you just jumped in in her
no big
fully
deal.
clothed. She just stepped on the scale fully clothed.
But it was disappointing when we got there and found out that we had to wait because it went from 12 to 12:30 to 1 o'clock. And I just felt like everything was a process. Even once we got in and we weighed in, we still had to wait.
Oh man.
And honestly, I feel like I kind of got cheated out of the experience in the sense that I didn't have anybody else there. Like I was
Right.
in my head thinking it was going to be like
A team event.
the tournaments we've done before, having my team there, having that, you know, hearing people, just that energy. And there was like 1 or 2 other matches going on when
Right.
I went. So
Well, how disappointing was it when we walked in and there was nothing going on? The mat was completely empty and people are just standing around. Like, no wonder we're waiting outside. Can we get the show on the road, please?
That was the main thing. There wasn't even room for
well, and
people
not
to
to mention
spectate.
too, I mean, it's, you know, it's 2021. Why are we still putting pieces of paper taped up on the wall with brackets? Like, is that normal or?
Every other competition that we've done, they have moved over to some kind of bracketing system. IBJJF has a bracketing system. Grappling Industries, and even now Naga's using Smooth
Yeah,
Comp,
the Smooth Comp,
which
yep.
is great because you can log in. You can log in ahead of time, see who's going to be in your division. You can see how the brackets are going to lay it out. You can follow it live updates while you're at the venue, so you know, okay, Jess is going to be on mat 8 next. She's on deck. Jeff's going to be on mat 6 in 2 more matches, and you can stay right up to date. But
So
not
it's a
this.
specific app?
It's not even an app.
It's
It's
a
just
website.
a website. Yeah.
Well, the website for the Good Fight tournament, on their website they had brackets, but like when I went on the bracket, for instance, Sam had already went twice, and it said that he was in my age division and the white belt division for our weight, and obviously he's a blue belt and in a different. So it was all screwed up. So it was whatever they had online was not working anyway. So.
Let me give me my biggest bone to pick. This is something that has nothing to do with COVID, just in general. I don't think there should be any tournaments run where you could sign up day of. That's my number one thing.
I agree.
100%.
Yep.
That's what makes everything go out of control. Now, if there is COVID and you know that there's a cap limit, why would you let people sign up when you can't control how many people are going to walk in the door if they're
Yeah.
doing same-day sign-ups? So that was...
And they weren't really like keeping an eye on that either because there was people that were spectators that literally sat on the side the whole entire day and didn't move.
Right.
And 2 things, they never took anyone's temperature, by the way, which was supposed
Yeah.
to be their like main thing. They didn't take one person's temperature, which is whatever. But the worst thing was at the end when we were leaving, when we were getting refunds for Nogi, because none of us competed in Nogi, although we were all signed up to compete in Nogi. I asked point blank, I don't understand why this happened, and their answer was, "Oh well, New Jersey has a lot of restrictions." And my response to them was, "Did you not know that when you put on a tournament in New Jersey that there was restrictions such as these?"
You didn't pick the venue in Pennsylvania. It's
Right.
in New Jersey. You knew
I
what you
think
were
the
coming to.
people there though were giving them a hard time, like the members, because it was like a fitness center, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's another thing. This is my bone to pick. You can't have a competition in a venue like that.
No.
There were no stands. There were
It was too
no
small to begin
seats.
with. Even if it were like thank
Right.
God it wasn't like normal because if all those people tried to be in there at once, there was no way.
I've
Listen.
been in tournaments like that before where
Yeah.
they let everybody in. Oh, God, it's brutal.
I loved Grappling Industries when it was in Patterson at the high school because the high school gym was big enough.
Minus the fact that there was no AC and
no
it was
AC,
in June.
and they were cooking Dominican food or
was
Spanish
like-
food in the hallway.
It's
It was
sweat
the craziest
and empanadas like
experience.
smacked
Yeah.
you in the face when you walked into
But
the room.
there was plenty of room. When we go to the Sea Caucus
no,
Rec
that's
Center,
true.
I feel like that place just gets packed.
It does, but it still has bleachers. It like there's
Yeah, but
somewhere
how
to
about
sit.
the last time we were there? You can't even walk around the mat. They're calling to
Yeah.
hand out medals. You can't even get over to the podium.
Yeah, I think the people that haven't gone to tournaments, the advantage of having a lot of space, bleachers is
Not to cut you off, you know where there is a lot of space?
Where?
Naga, Menon Arena.
Yeah, Morristown,
Arena.
of course. That's
Yeah,
one of my
Menon
favorite
Arena's
venues because
nice.
it is a lot of space. It's a little chilly in there. But the whole point is you could have a home base in your area. You get there nice and early.
Yeah.
Everybody's meeting up in this spot. We all come together. If you want to leave your stuff, there's always plenty of spectators. You don't have to worry about carrying your stuff all over the place. That's my favorite part. And then we could cheer together and you know where everybody is. I love it.
I agree with that.
Yeah, there was also nowhere to warm up, by the way. If any, I mean, I didn't really.
Well,
care
there was that
much,
other
but-
room on the side, but I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone really knew about it at first. But all in all, I was not happy with the way I performed, but I know what I need to work on, and I don't know why I still get those like competition jitters when I get on the mat.
The only way to get rid of them is to keep competing.
Yeah.
You know, I talked about it with Ed. I talked about it with Dan. I talked about it, over and over. You are going to have particular problems for your body style. We all have our problems, right? So, like, I have my problems for my body style. My back, I can't do certain motions. Ed, for his body style, he can get really heavy really quick. That's his gift, but he has limitations too. He's not going to be doing any inverting or anything like that. Jeff's going to have his things. John Stanley is the only one that has the perfect body for this. I'm not flirting with you, John Stanley. I'm just messing with you.
No, the girls I get in competition are just so different from anything that I'm used to.
You're 6 foot and you weigh 130 pounds. Most people at that weight are much smaller. So when they are closing all the gaps, they're really closed. When you're closing all your gaps on them, they're going to be able to squirm in because of their size.
Yeah.
So also when you're shrimping, you're on bottom and you're trying to get away, you have to move twice as far. So I would love if you could gain a little weight. We talked about it on Saturday. That's the
Trying.
only reason that I'm putting it out there right now. If you could gain a little bit of weight, like put on 40 pounds of muscle, that would be
40
amazing.
pounds.
That's
That's
a little
nothing.
excessive.
Look
I
at
was
this. We got to talk to
that.
Jeff.
thinking like 15,
No.
20 times.
Jeff, come on. Look at Jeff. He's a physical specimen here. He does curls with Olympic plates. He had two
No, I'm not
45-pound
disagreeing
plates
with you.
on
I
a-
definitely wanna-
What's this bar called? A
The
barbell,
dumbbell.
right?
The dumbbell.
Yeah. All you got to do is just do his workout regimen. Look at those arms. You'll be
You
huge
may-
in no
you-
time.
You may need some enhancements.
Yeah, a little HGH, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Nothing
Some
crazy.
European imports. Nothing nuts.
It would definitely help.
Yeah. The important thing is that you know what you need to work on.
Yeah.
So I'm also thinking that maybe if you start inverting a little bit more because of your flexibility, that's definitely going to close up some of those gaps too.
Yeah, I get put in positions I feel like that I don't normally get put in when I'm here. So it's not something I'm used to trying to get out of all the time.
I think that has to do with the size
Yeah.
of people. Also today, I didn't remember until after we were done rolling. I'm going to hug your head so hard. That was your problem. Ed, hug her head. She wants everyone to hug
Listen,
her head and to do it hard.
I'm watching everybody in here, and they're making the same mistakes. It's a shrimping error. People in here are having trouble shrimping with resistance. Like, yeah, we shrimp down the mat, big deal. When somebody's on top of you in any position, half guard, flattened out, side control, mount. People are not moving their hips the correct way. They're not getting all the way on their shoulder. They're not doing the follow-up after they do a successful shrimp. So we need to do more.
Let's do more.
It's our fault,
More.
Dave.
It's our fault?
It's our fault.
You're going to have to cut this out, Ed.
We got to do better for them.
We're going to do better.
And more deep half guard.
No more deep half guard,
I
Ed.
feel like we haven't done that in a while, though.
That's what I said. I
Well,
said we
half
haven't done it in a
guard
while.
is next week.
All right, let me show some
Close
deep half
guard, half
We'll
guard.
start escaping from mount and getting into deep half guard, escaping from the back, getting to deep half guard.
Perfect.
And I also need to be shown how to shrimp without getting exhausted. in
Yeah,
the
Jeff-
No,
process.
you're going to get tired.
I just,
No, but
I-
he uses extra.
I just
Oh, he's
go-
using extra?
They're using extra because they're trying to compensate for their
Lack of shrimp with strength?
their bad motion.
Right.
Right,
Not
yeah.
efficient.
Yeah, inefficient motion.
Yeah, but once you guys get efficient, it's going to be impossible to hold them down.
I know.
I don't want to show them yet.
Let's not. Can we just have a little bit more fun with them first?
Well, I guess everybody under 200 pounds we could show. Over
Okay.
200 pounds.
We'll have a special class. Didn't
Yeah.
you ask for a special
oh,
class?
yeah. Sure. We should have. I got to lose some weight so I can get into the under 200
You're not
pounds.
under 200 anymore?
I'm like hovering. I've been eating a lot of food.
Oh, jeez. Do either of you guys have anything that you want to add?
Yeah, not about the tournament. Talk about the podcast.
No, I want to hear about the tournament.
The
No, I
tournament-
did have fun on Saturday, though.
Yeah,
I
it
have
was
to
fun.
say. I mean, all in all, we had some
Right.
good quality time together. It was still worth going, right?
Yeah, and it was cool because at least when John and I went, everyone was kind of in the room, which was cool.
And we
I
got
know
free
Jesse were-
T-shirts.
Yeah, and we got free T-shirts.
I didn't get a free T-shirt.
Me neither.
I actually picked the worst color. The black one I picked is
Idiot.
So.
You
You
can't say
should
that.
send it to him. Just take a dump in it and send it to him. Right? We all were very upset with the way the tournament was ran, and I think that we decided that we're probably not going to do another. We might even hold off competition until after all this COVID is behind us.
But it's going to be the next year, though. You're going to wait a whole another year.
No, I'm hoping that April,
Well, there's nothing
everything's
really
going to open
close.
back up.
It's not. It's not. Don't
Connecticut, Philly,
Connecticut
we would have to
is-
travel.
Even,
Yeah.
yeah, we can go to Pennsylvania. Let's do Pennsylvania.
I didn't know. I didn't realize they were having them so close. I
Yeah.
don't follow Naga. Maybe I should, but Naga.
Naga's
Naga
not good. But
sucks.
listen. If they're doing like you're saying, they're using the app, it'll be more organized than this. And in Pennsylvania, it's less strict. And if you know the
Listen.
venue's big enough,
Before COVID, Naga was having competitions where they had to make people wait outside because the venue wasn't big enough. Didn't you hear about that?
I've been to tournaments like that. I don't
Yeah.
remember if it was in Naga specifically, but yes,
I
that's
want to
very
go
annoying.
inside. Let
Me
in.
too. Yes. Well, we could do some research before we sign up.
That's a good idea. Ed.
I'll call them up for you. I say,
You're
hey,
gonna do it.
I'm game. I mean, I still want to keep going.
yeah,
As
because
do I.
we
Definitely.
had fun. That was a good time, and I'd like to get in there. Another thing about the home base being in the bleachers, then we could have really recorded. We couldn't set up.
I
There
know
was
we
no
couldn't
space.
sit anywhere. We sat on the floor and ate our
The
food.
day started bad and it just kept getting worse, I feel. I just can't believe it was 5:30 and they were halfway through. There were
Yeah.
still people that had been there all day that had not even gotten on the mat yet.
Oh, yeah, the no-gi only. I feel terrible.
And
for
I
them.
feel like it's
Yeah.
a lot of it too is doing those sudden death, like because you jump right into it, so that prolongs it. Because the girls that I was with, they went for a while
Yeah,
after.
they did like 7 or 8 rounds.
So
of
I went
overtime.
once, and then I had to
Wow.
wait for a while before
Yeah.
we could go. The second time.
Right, they should time it or something, kind of like the EBI overtimes. But we knew what we were getting into with the sub only, so maybe sub only isn't for us, or maybe we just need to wait until something that is more efficient comes to the area or COVID is over.
Yeah, I think the sub only needs a specific type of efficiency because most tournaments that are run are points based,
Right.
so it's easier to, copy what's been done. Sub only is still a newer
And not
kind
as
of-
long too.
Yeah.
Right.
The rounds. I think we were 6 minutes, but I don't know. Does it go longer the higher up it goes?
Yeah,
Right.
and actually, like you said, Blue Belt was supposed to be 8 minutes.
That's
and
what
it
I
was
could have
supposed
sworn
to
I
be
read
It
that.
did. It
Yeah.
did say 8
was
minutes.
supposed to
Did
be 8
it?
minutes.
Right?
Yes. it
Okay.
I
did.
think maybe they just lowered it for the girls. Is that sexist of them?
No, but they should lower them. We were talking about that in general. They should
Yeah.
lower
Right.
all minutes.
6 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it went 6, 8, 10. Right. It was at
Probably.
six, and then 8 for blue, and then purple, brown, black was
That's too
supposed to be
long.
10. Yeah.
All right, what do you say?
Awkward pause.
Nothing.
Well, thank you guys for your input. And just like Ed says, get the
Idiot.
out of here.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
He's pretty rude, isn't he?
No, but we never
Little
did a
bit.
switch before. I don't know the proper
Yeah,
protocol.
I just looked at you and I asked, and then you can say yes, and then we can say, thank you very much for being on and giving us your thoughts on the competition.
And thanks for competing because we had a great time.
It was overall,
It was the worst tournament I've ever been to. I still had a great time.
right, overall, it is fun, but the whole waiting game is just,
It killed it.
It's too much.
It definitely killed the mood
Yeah.
for me, for sure.
Well, waiting in the parking lot was fun, though, right?
It
Oh, it
was
was
fun.
awesome.
When we were watching the cars, the guy that got stuck,
yeah.
and the people backing up, almost
Oh,
taking out
that
the
was
other
good.
cars.
Yeah.
We watched somebody park their car and get out, and the car's just sliding away on the ice. Hand him over.
I'm ready.
John Stanley and Sam.
Oh, here we go.
I'm sorry, Jay Stans.
Jay Stans?
You don't like that?
Nah, it was just my nickname from high school.
I didn't like it either, but we could do it if you want.
Me and John were talking about how you guys all just call him by his full name, John Stanley.
John
love
Stanley.
it.
He was,
Two
say,
first
he,
names.
he was telling me how like in the video you like said like you're good there, John Stanley, and I like looked and you actually didn't say his full name.
When I was in high school, people used to call me Eddie Wilson. The full name.
Well, they didn't call you Edward Wilson.
Whatever. It's still close enough.
Yeah, if you guys think it's like kind of hard to say my full name, you can just call me Stanley. I know there's like a lot of Johns. Wherever I work, I'll just be like, yeah, just call me Stanley.
You're the only John in here.
Yeah, but besides here.
I like to use your full name,
All right.
John Stanley.
It sounds good coming from
It
you.
does.
I like
Coming
it.
from me, it sounds good.
It's so
great.
specific.
Does everyone call him John? I feel like I just hear Dave say it mostly.
No, everybody does. I always call him
For the
John.
first 7 months, Dave was calling me John Paul Stanley. He got over that, I'm glad of.
I did, yeah.
Well, I was calling you Johnny sometimes. What do you think about that?
Yeah, my parents and family members call me Johnny.
I call
so,
my brother Johnny, so.
Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't unique to John Stanley.
No, but I like saying his full name because that is unique to him. I like uniqueness.
John Stanley?
Yeah.
John Stanley. Have a good night.
Thanks, Jazz.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys. See you later. Avery. Oh, that's it.
All right, so I got to sit in the car with you guys while Dave went in there with Jess. I didn't go watch Jess, actually, because they were being weird about who was getting in. So I was like,
Yeah.
whatever, I'll hang out with these guys. and I was talking to Sam and his girlfriend. She probably thinks I'm a real weirdo.
Well, I mean, she listened to the podcast and she didn't like how you being mean to me. But you want to know what I did? I defended you to her, and that's what you should do with everyone else who your wife hates, and defend them.
Defend them. I do. I defend Dave as much as possible. Don't help at all.
You wouldn't even know that she hates me, though. Did you see her here today?
No, he didn't get here till 20 minutes after class started.
I forgot. Yeah, he missed the warm-up.
That's my belt.
What's what you taking
That's
John's
Are you all right?
Oh wait, how did you guys organize the like? How did you end up taking John's belt? Like you just took 2 belts?
No, I had so much.
Ah, okay.
No, I was gonna tell you to like put the mic in his
Yeah,
face.
seriously.
gonna-
He's
I was
trying to help
waiting-
you be a better podcast.
I was
so you
gonna
wouldn't
wait
even
until
pay
they
attention.
left.
Oh.
I was gonna wait until they left, but I wanted to thank Jess and Jeff for the opening act.
Opening act.
The opening act for me and John.
They just broke the ice for you?
Just give the people what they want, you know.
You know, that was one of the YouTube comments. When is John Stanley and Sam coming back?
Really?
Yeah.
Was it that Brian guy?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, Dizio said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of your friends
That's our good friend
Who is
Dizio.
this? Is this you, Avery?
Yeah.
He's getting this
What'd
too.
you forget? It's on top? Mask? Oh, you just have to take another
Oh,
one.
there was a mask over there. Shout out Avery.
Sam's a natural. Sam, you want to take my spot?
As the co-host?
Yeah. Well, no, you're the host. Ed's the co-host.
I would have to downgrade it to like 0.5% though. So.
No, absolutely not. I can barely do what I'm doing right now.
What are you doing right now, Ed?
Nothing.
Where's the clip?
But you're not.
Did you watch the video?
Yeah, I watched it with my wife.
Was it good?
It's satisfactory. I'm not happy with it because I could do better.
What do you want
I
better?
don't know
better
if we're allowed to talk
cameraman
about it yet.
or better acting?
Better at talking. It's not acting. I really do a dry down. I'm not pretending.
I know, but you were acting like you were doing a dry down.
No, I was drying myself.
I think
off.
that was his dry down for the night.
No, that's
don't
how
think
I
that was
dry-
an
Did you
act.
see it?
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
think
he's
that
watching-
was his dry down for
No,
the
but I
night.
took a shower when I
No, you
got
didn't.
home. I did.
No, you
I don't
didn't.
know
I'm
if
not
I
a
believe
liar.
it either.
I'm not a liar. I never lied to you.
Now, his daughter took class today. Did your daughter do a dry down?
No, I don't know what you did. My wife brought her home.
Are you teaching your kids these dry downs?
Eventually, if they want to know about them, I'm not going to shy away from it.
Do you have a special bottle of
Now
cologne
listen,
or anything that
let's
you
talk
use?
about this. I have a specific cologne that I wear that Samir gave to me 11 years ago. I still use the same brand because he's the coolest.
But do you use it only after the dry down?
No, I use it on special occasions when I'm going out.
Okay.
But the thing about the dry down is you need bacterial adversity, right? Take that in. Your body.
I want to know what Dr. Dave has to say
No,
about this.
who cares what he thinks? He's not a medical
He's a
doctor.
physical therapist.
He's a physical loser. Listen, all adversity in your life is good if you can push past it and learn from it. Bacterial adversity is a thing. Your body needs to adjust to it. This is why when I got COVID, it didn't hit me that bad because I've gone through the adversity.
Hey, Ed, do you remember when you gave me Impetigo?
No, what are you talking
Impetigo.
about?
You had Impetigo.
I think
It
you're
was
saying
like
it wrong.
2 years ago, or no, it was before I had this place, I think. Remember you got it like here or
Oh,
something?
I got one of those,
Yeah, you gave me Impetigo. Were
What's
you doing
Well, it
dry
honestly
downs
could
then?
depend.
Of course. I've been doing dry down since 2007.
Maybe if you used a little bit of soap,
Yo,
you
but
wouldn't have got Impetigo.
Did you guys both go to like another practice? Because like sometimes like there'll be like match where like for wrestling we would go to like North Warren and they kept their mats like very unwell kept, and like we would have like 5 guys come back with like some sort of like infection or something.
Sure, that's happened to me before, going to other places.
Yeah, I went to one.
If you guys both collectively went to another mat, it could have been that place's fault instead of Ed's fault.
No, it was definitely Ed's
No, it
fault.
was my fault, but
okay.
I don't think I got it from here. I got it from somewhere else.
No,
And
I wasn't open then.
oh, you weren't open then.
No, it
so
was
obviously
before
it
I
wasn't
opened.
for you. But listen, you know what happened was I had a
You did a
cyst.
dry down.
I did a dry down, but I had a cyst, and I
He's
thought it was a
literally dry
pimple,
down.
so I was trying to pop it, and I got all infected because I tried to pop it, and that's what happened.
It doesn't just turn into Impetigo.
No.
That's from not
What-
showering.
All right, fine. But if I didn't have an open sore that I self-inflicted, I wouldn't have got it.
Oh, you think that your bacteria would have fought it off?
It always does. Because I've always been doing the dry down, and I only get that once every 7 years.
I want to know how many days a week do you dry down?
With a towel.
How many days a
doesn't
month do you
shower.
dry down?
John Staley doesn't know what we're talking about.
I don't know what a dry down
I'm
is.
going to show you the video as soon as we're done here.
Anybody that wants to watch the dry down, once this episode out, is already out. There. I put myself to it.
Good.
So go watch the dry down on
Instagram.
Instagram.
We're also going to put it up on YouTube.
Sure.
But I want to know how many days a month are you doing a dry down?
Before 2020, it was
Almost every day.
it was like 35% of the time.
That's a lot.
After 2020, 10%.
This year, 2021, how many dry downs? That means going to bed without showering after training.
Maybe twice. Not that many. It's 2 months in, once a month. Not a big
Oh my
deal.
God.
Could either of you guys imagine going to bed without
Bacterial
showering?
adversity.
I wouldn't be able to sleep. I have to shower
I
every
sleep
night.
like a baby.
I can't.
Right next to my babies.
Yeah, you got to pass on that bacterial adversity.
They're going through it.
Look, Sam, I think wants to throw up a little
No,
bit because
no.
he's wrestled his whole life. He knows how disgusting
outta
that
here.
is.
No, I was gonna say like sometimes when I was practicing like in wrestling we had to practice like a couple times a day. I would just like not shower in between a couple times. So I was gonna say like
But the same
I'm Team
day.
Ed here. I'm Team Ed.
He's Team Ed.
Ugh, nah,
I don't know, but like I don't know about like not showering and then waking up and still not showering, then going to work. I would at least get a shower in the morning.
Wait, but you would climb into your bed without showering?
I usually would lay on a couch instead
Dude,
of on
you're
my
not-
own bed.
You're helping. He's helping. He's helping. See?
Nah, I'm
See?
He's
sorry.
not helping
Me,
you. He
it's-
wouldn't get in his own bed with his chilled wife and children.
Whichever.
All right.
Sam and I are the same animal. All right. We're
I
gonna
don't
do
know.
fine. He's doing fine. I'm doing fine. My kids are doing fine.
Can we like up your dry down game? I have defense wipes. Will you use them?
No. The whole purpose is to just be dry. I don't want to be wet. It's not a wet down.
Yeah, but you wet yourself then dry yourself,
You'll air
and you're
dry.
more clean.
I'm
You
not doing-
do a double dose. You do a wet wipe down
At
and then a
that
dry
point, just
down.
get in the shower then.
No, there's definitely a big difference
Well,
between wiping
we
with
could
a
just
wipe
argue
or
that
taking
with
a
the
shower.
dry down in the first place. At that point, just
No,
get in the
because
shower.
the dry down's so simple that it's just
Yeah, but
He
you could
literally-
just do 2 dry downs, but once with a wet wipe and then once
I
with
don't
an
do
actual.
double dry down. Never done a double dry
Are you
down.
gonna shower? Are you gonna shower when you get home tonight?
John Stanley, maybe. That's the point.
Jesus Christ!
He did the dry down. The dry down took him 42 seconds.
That's what I'm talking about. A shower takes at least 5 minutes. You save so much time. Thinking about all the dry downs I've done in my life, how much time I've saved.
But what did you do with that time?
Sleep, extra phone
Extra
time.
meal.
No extra meal. I don't usually eat when I get home.
Okay, this is important. In winter of 2009 to 2010,
Sure.
you only took 4 showers.
Only 4 showers.
Were you doing dry downs back then?
Of course, I was doing dry downs.
When
back
did
then.
the dry down enter your life?
As soon as I started doing jiu-jitsu, I'm like, oh, I can't go to bed all soaking wet, sweating. That's disgusting.
That's when it. So you
That's
didn't.
disgusting.
You never
Yeah.
dried down before jiu-jitsu.
What are you talking about? Before I started jiu-jitsu, what did I do? I did baseball. I got plenty of sweat in baseball. Dry down.
So you
So I
did
did
the
it
dry down
before.
before.
So did this come from my number 2 fan?
Number 2 fan, for sure, at least subconsciously, showed me this move.
Your dad?
My dad does not take many showers.
Okay.
He said he doesn't stink. He doesn't wear deodorant. He's the man.
So now if we go down 0.5 on the scale, the rating scale for hygiene, but you're doing a dry down,
What is
does
the
that
scale?
mean you go up 1/4% or 1/4 of a point?
No, we're not doing quarters. It makes
Oh,
the math
okay.
too
What
fancy.
is this scale that you guys are using? Is it like a rating scale?
It's a
Yeah, it's a
male.
rating.
No, it's a physical male attractive scale.
Attractiveness shouldn't depend on all these other like these things.
No, hygiene's
came
part
up
of
with all
attractiveness
this
for
stuff.
sure. Girls
I
notice.
just gave him a generic number, a 6.5. He sat down with his wife, broke it all down, and said that I'm right. And he has a reason why. A scale. 0.5 given, 0.5 taken.
But if we're going off this scale and Ed gets a 6.5, John could probably get a 9, and I don't think John's
A
like a
9?
John is an 11.
Oh Jesus!
Like, does this scale go up to a 10?
10.
It only goes to 10, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Dave.
I was kidding, Just Sailor.
Jesus.
I don't like when anyone puts you down, that's all.
Nah, it's all good.
You know,
I
he
mean,
put you down in the last podcast. I would never do such a thing.
I told him about it.
I know, but if
Wait, you put John down?
I had a slip of tongue. I said
Oh.
dramatize instead of traumatize, and then I said, at least it wasn't a flat toe.
I never knew that. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you peak, you go flat. You don't peak
Yeah.
anymore. That's
Listen,
why I thought it was.
I said dramatized. We're all
Yeah.
the same.
I don't know.
yeah,
it's
but you
fine.
didn't have to put him down because you look like an idiot.
No, I'm just saying it's all around us at all times.
Sure. If you guys want your scale, he'll tell you. He won't lie to you.
Well, we
But
said I was
I would
11.
rather do it with your number scale.
Yeah, then
Give him real criteria.
Go ahead.
No, I don't know your scale.
Just give him a number based on your
All right, I'll
intuition.
think about it and I'll
this,
get back
this
to you.
is like a grading scale you guys are doing. This isn't just like a rating, I feel like.
What's the difference?
The difference is like...
You're right. I think
A
Ed
lot.
should go lower because of hygiene.
I did. I already took that off points off for that.
No, you should go even lower.
No, I'm not going any lower.
Yeah, I was just doing it based on looks.
Listen. 2009 was my most disgusting year. All right, I have gotten slowly better over time, and only 10% of the time doing a dry down. That's big progress for me.
But who's taking these numbers and
Intuition.
make the percentages?
I just have it
I
in
just
my head.
reached up into the sky. Ed wanted a number, and I picked one. I thought about it, and that's the number I picked for him. 6.5.
He's the best. He's like the most judgmental.
No, I was
person.
saying like the dry downs. Like
Judgmental.
where are the charts where it was 35%
There's no
of the time
charts. I
last
don't
year
need
and 10%
charts.
of the
Oh
time
no,
this
he's
year?
just
Like,
guessing.
It's not a guess. It's not a guess.
It's an educated guess.
Very educated.
He hypothesized.
I like how like you like remember that you only took 4 showers in like one season.
It was pretty original. I mean, I bet you've never done something
Like
like that.
were you
I would
doing that
never.
just to say you did it?
No. I was very depressed, and I was alone, and it was not a good time in my life.
You were just alone in your house in Newark.
Yep. All alone. Me and my grandfather.
Oh, it's a good time.
So that's not alone.
Were you
It was alone.
were you doing jiu-jitsu at the time?
Barely.
You don't
barely.
listen, do you?
So then you probably weren't sweating that much. I mean, it's not
I wasn't
terrible.
sweating as much as I am now because Dave, how much have I been training recently?
You've been training quite consistently.
And
Ed.
I brought my daughter today, and she loved it.
Is that love?
Kind of. She loved it for about 30 minutes out of the whole time.
And normally that class is supposed to be 30 minutes for her, so that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
but think about it. She was making all the kids laugh. She was cute.
Yeah. What was she saying though?
She was telling. Well, remember, she
Was
she
it the
played
older daughter?
Yeah. She was
Okay.
playing the game and she lost, but she's like, I won.
No, but when we were doing the forward rolls,
She was
and
like, I
stuff-
don't remember.
Oh. Oh boy!
It was
All right,
cute.
let's get into the competition a little bit.
All right,
here.
let's start with Sam.
No, I
Okay.
wanted to start with John Stanley.
No, what John's gonna
Sam's been competing his entire life. John Stanley hasn't been. I want to know what that's like for him.
Fine, John. Tell the story.
I woke up that morning. I wasn't feeling nervous at all.
We should have gone with Sam first. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Wow. All right, so I wasn't really planning on competing at all, but Sam kind of talked me into it, and I heard that Jeff and Jess were competing.
Don't do that. See what he's doing?
So,
John, you're doing great. Keep going.
I wanted to do just, to cheer on Jess, Jeff, and Sam because I thought we were all going to be hanging out in the bleachers, having a good time.
Wrong.
Yeah, obviously, but, I wasn't nervous at all. And then right when I looked at my first opponent, slapped hands, and then I, started getting a little nervous. He took me down. He was a wrestler, pretty big guy. And I just tried to kept my composure. So I just tried to, I noticed he was getting tired. So I just kept on shrimping, got my guard back, and I'm trying to go for the guillotine.
Of
And
course.
Then, when I sunk it in, he kind of rolled, so I just got a back roll with it. So, he was just gassed, I could tell. So I just got an arm bar out of it.
Did you have any kind of adrenaline dump?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think your opponent possibly did.
Yeah,
If you're saying he felt that tired.
Yeah.
Now, on the sideline, you were on the mat, so you probably didn't hear any of us remark, but we were remarking at the size of the guy. He was like a little bowling ball.
Yeah, he was
Right?
he was short, but
But, I mean,
definitely.
He was
stocky.
bald, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like he was
Yeah, he was-
jacked.
yeah, he was.
I was
could-
like, how is this guy in the same weight class as John Stanley?
yeah,
We were over there trying to pick out your opponents and stuff, and that guy stepped out. I'm like, whoa.
yeah, but it was cool when I got the tap.
Yeah, it was great. How did it feel competing?
Oh, I liked it. I'm definitely glad I did it because now I know things I know now. Now you find things out different.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
The main thing that I was talking about already was the shrimping. We
Yeah.
realized he rewatched his video, and when I was telling him to shrimp, he's like, I'm doing it. And then he watched it. He's like, oh, I need to do more.
Oh, yo, Ed, when you were talking about how this gym is bad at shrimping and we need to work on it, I was just thinking there's only mainly white belts here and then a couple blue belts. and
Listen,
that's
I don't
it.
care what belt you are. Shrimping is one of the first things you learn, and you need to get good at it. And now it's our fault that you guys haven't figured it out yet. Especially you. You get to cheat and do whatever you want to do. But your shrimp's terrible. Just
Yeah,
like
but
everybody
you're
else's.
probably at Yanni's gym. There's probably a bunch of purple and brown belts who
Don't shrimp well.
obviously are better good
Oh,
at
okay.
shrimping.
Sure.
But this is a majority
Hold
white
on, hold
belts
on.
here, so
You
you can't be
rolled-
hating
hold on.
on
You rolled with Joe from Yanni's. He's a blue belt. His shrimps are fantastic.
3-stripe blue belt.
Whichever.
And I looked into him, and he's a really good blue
Hold
belt.
on.
So don't be.
No. You could look into whoever you want. Most blue belts at Yanni's are doing the shrimps the right way. But not all of them. I'm just saying we have to do better, and you have to do better. So do better for us, please. Just
I'll
say,
do
Ed,
better
you're right.
while you're doing better to
I'm
help
go-
me do better.
Fine.
yeah,
Okay.
shrimping's tough. I always try to focus on it, and it's hard because you're gassed, you're tired, and you even told me got to work on my framing. I never knew I had to keep both hands, protect my face. I would always keep.
You didn't know that.
I would always just, and
Can
it's
you
kind
not
of
be
safe.
mean to
It's
John Stanley? Thank
But
you.
Dave, listen. You could say it 1,000 times.
I say
It's your job to pay attention to what he's doing. Actions are more than words. That's what we keep talking about. Look, pay attention to John Stanley. But you're not paying attention. All you're thinking about is like, all right, how am I going to hold Sam off me this round? That's all you think about.
No.
I want to
Because
roll with
when
that.
I sit on the side and I'm watching rounds and I coach people, I always am telling frame, shrimp. And you know the answer I get most of the time? It's a lot easier to say than to do. Yes, I know that, but do it.
But do it. But that's not good enough. He's still not doing it.
But I told him what to do. He's not listening.
I told him
then.
what to do.
He's not
Listen.
listening.
This is why Dave sucks. I'm going to help you guys learn how to shrimp.
Yeah, no, but I even heard you when I was competing. You were like, "Come on, John Stanley, you got to shrimp. You can't stay there." And then I heard like I was just tired, and I just tried to as hard as I could. And I remember in the video I just shrimped. I did like a little baby shrimp, and he's like, "Yes, John Stanley, that's it."
Better than nothing.
Yeah.
But listen,
yeah,
the reason you get tired is because you're thinking about it. You're like, all right, I need to shrimp.
yeah.
Right? Instead of it's muscle memory. So if we practice in here enough, your shrimps are going to be automatic. I won't even have to say it. You're already going to be doing it. I shouldn't have to tell you to shrimp. That's the point.
Yeah.
But it's fine. This is why we learn. This is why it's good to lose the way you did, because it was something we went over, and now it's cemented. You're not going to get ankle locked anymore.
No, not anymore. Dave,
We talked about that earlier in the week. I don't think you were here that day, though, because you came to the open mat.
Yeah.
But we went over ankle locks.
Oh,
and
I
that's
liked how you
defense.
guys laid down on like the hard ground and just like.
We thought he had another match. I didn't want it happening again.
No, I'm just saying it was good coaching on you guys' part. Just
Thank
like
you.
laying down on the hard ground, and just showing.
Yeah,
it.
and another reason why I'm glad I did it is because you guys are both watching me. Like, you have a bunch of other people you got to watch at the gym.
If I'm not rolling, though, I'm watching. I'm coaching.
Yeah.
Usually I'm coaching Ed because he needs help when Sam's
You didn't
on top
coach
of him.
me one time today.
No, I didn't.
You're trying to help Sam. Sam still couldn't figure it out. It's fine.
Did I coach you
Couldn't
today?
figure what out? I lat dropped you from
He
half
lat
guard.
dropped me from half. Listen, the only successful thing he did to me all day was that I was dominating.
successful
him,
Picked you up in the lat drop?
picked me up and
That's
lat
what
dropped.
he
What
does to me.
successful things you do to me?
What are you talking about? I swept you in the first roll and I passed. That's 5
Swept me?
points. Yes.
Ed, do you feel
That
good
would-
about yourself? You swept
Yeah.
the blue belt.
Do you know why you sweep me? Is because I'm tired. I don't want to sit in your half guard
No.
for 2 minutes, so I let you up and get really tight.
First of all, I got 5 points plus an advantage because I got you in that
all right,
X
well,
guard sweep.
congratulations. You keep track of points. I don't.
Because you're not paying attention. All you're trying to do is lat drop and armbar. Did you sub me? You could never sub me again. You subbed me once. That's it.
I did it. I subbed you like.
You subbed me 2 times.
I
You
didn't-
subbed me once with that stupid thing, and you got me once with an armbar, which was the only good sub that you got.
Okay,
on
but
me.
how many times you subbed me since then?
Since
You got me
then-
with the one gi choke.
No, I've subbed you more
was
than
it.
that. That's not the only time I ever subbed you.
No, but I'm talking about in recent history.
Since he's been a blue
But
belt.
Dave, I don't sub people. I sweep them and I pass them, and that's domination.
Yeah, Ed does not submit people.
So you got
Okay.
dominated the first round. That's
Did
fine.
he take your back?
But who did well the other?
You did
yesterday?
better yesterday.
Yeah,
Oh, the other
yesterday.
the other day you did good. Big deal. Good for you. You could lat drop me.
But Sam, did Ed take your back?
Not today.
If Ed ever takes your back, that's total domination. He shuts down. Because you should only sweep, pass, mount, take the back. So if he gets to the back, it's it. He's done. He's not trying anymore.
Oh, okay. I'm glad that you think that that's domination. Just like
It is
a nice
domination.
little sweep
I had complete
that
control.
I gave to you.
Yeah, he gave to me. Well, Sam, let's hear about your tournament experience. It went exactly how I thought it was going to go.
All right, so I was a little upset how I like armbarred this guy, and then I hear from Dave that you were talking about I didn't pinch my
You
knees.
didn't pinch your knees.
But if you watch the video, you see the guy has his elbow down here, so I couldn't get my foot underneath his elbow and pinch my knees.
See, this is what I hate about Sam.
Dave was yelling at me
He's
to
gonna
pinch
make
my
me
knees.
excuses and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but Dave was yelling at me to pinch my knees, and you don't think I was
Listen,
trying to?
I'll sit Dave down right now and show you weren't doing it right.
Watch the video.
No,
You could hear the coach
you
say.
you weren't doing it right.
Yeah,
Sam.
but listen, like you guys watch it, and you literally hear the coach say, "Get your elbow to the ground" for the other guy.
That's because you didn't have your knees pinched.
So I couldn't get my foot underneath, and you don't think I heard you saying pinch my knees? I was trying to, but by the time I was able,
You're too much in a hurry to get that leg over. We need to spin, pinch the knees.
Whose is that?
That's the work phone. That's
why is
core
this so
BJJ's
loud
cell
from this
phone.
far
Yeah,
away?
seriously.
It's echoing on the walls.
Sam, if we're both telling you, just listen.
By the time I was able to pinch my knees because his arm was moved, guess what? His grip was broken. Would you want me to sit there with my knees pinched for a little bit before I tap him?
Did you tap him the first time?
No.
No.
Because he got his elbow out.
Because you're terrible. If you in transition, as you're spinning over him, your knee should be pinched the whole time. Tell him, Dave.
Sam, just say you're sorry.
Yes,
I'm
he's
sorry
too
my
worried
knees
about
weren't
getting
pinched.
the leg over the belly.
Yes.
He should be pinching his knee
You can
in the
pinch
armpit.
without getting the leg over. Tell him, Dave.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't turn that far all the time. Like sometimes I'm like a little off the head, so I want to get the leg in to kind of anchor me. You know what I'm talking
Look
about?
how angry he's getting.
You need to pinch your knees. That's the anchor.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
He's saying that. He's just disregarding us. He's doing what Dr. Dave does to us all the time. He does it to me all the
Well,
time.
you know what? Dr. Dave's been giving Sam privates.
He has.
If you want to get worse,
He was the one who told me not to pinch my knees.
That makes sense now. It's all making sense.
He said it's bad on my posture.
Yeah, but what'd you do? Did you lat drop both of these guys?
I lat dropped the first guy. And if we're talking experience-wise, I was a little nervous in the beginning because Dave was telling me how this guy's gym is like.
The gym that he comes to is very good at takedowns.
And then I went and talked to my friend's dad who coaches Henzo Gracie, and he was telling me how sub-only tournaments are the worst thing, and he said I'm going to be dominating, and then it's going to go into like 5 overtimes. And I was a little nervous, and then I see this guy, and he's this big Russian dude named Yuri. But then, like, right when I grabbed him, I kind of felt that he was a bad wrestler, and then I latched off him, and then that was the end of the nervousness.
That was the end of the nervousness. But yeah, so he comes from a gym that does a lot of stand-up. They do a lot of throws. They do a lot of wrestling. And he was big. So I was just concerned. I want everyone to win when they go. So I said, just be careful. This guy might be good at takedowns.
But the way I am to kind of like tap my nervousness, I don't want to know anything about my opponent. I don't want their name, like look into anything, like because like there was one point where you told me like, oh, the guy I'm going up against next is up. You want to watch him? And I said no. But then I looked over and I saw that he got destroyed by the Russian guy who I just destroyed. So then I wasn't nervous at all.
Yeah, you destroyed the second guy even worse than the first guy.
You're not allowed to compete at blue belt anymore, though. You have to start.
Well, that might have been
purple
just
belt.
like a kind of like anomaly competition. There's just 2 guys, and like the Russian guy was all
Ed
right.
does not think it's an anomaly.
No,
But the second guy was like this old, out of shape, like 40-year-old. And on top of that, he just went before I went with him.
Why is it okay for you to beat up that 40-year-old, but it's not? Why is it not okay to beat up that 40-year-old, but it's okay to beat up this 40-year-old?
Well, it is okay to beat him up. That's why I did beat him
all
up.
right.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't feel that good about it. Like, I don't feel that proud of myself about it.
Why do you feel proud when you beat me up?
I really don't at this point anymore. A little bit when I get Ed, but
Hold on, you haven't gotten me in a while. So
But I
didn't
was
wanna hear
proud
about
when
that.
It's been
I
a
did get
week
you.
and a half. He hasn't gotten you in a week and a
No,
half.
it's been more than that.
Did you see him throw me into the wall tonight?
Yeah, I saw that. But Sam, I actually do want you to lose because you're not learning anything. What did you learn from that tournament? Tell me. Because you're not listening
have
to
to
us
pinch
about
your
pitching.
knees.
He's not learning. He didn't learn that. So what did you learn besides
what
that?
did I learn?
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
learned
This
that
is exactly
people are willing to stand up with me outside of this room.
Sure.
And I was happy about it.
Dave, do you see the problem here? John Sternley learned so much,
I
and then we
know.
got Sam that's learned nothing.
Well,
Like,
what was I able to learn besides pinch my knees? And I'll do that.
He
from
doesn't
now
get
on. I don't
beat
know
up.
what else you want. I don't know what else you want me to do. What else was I supposed to learn from that?
I want
I
you to-
mean-
all right, pull guard next. Listen, pull guard next time then.
Well, I want to win the tournament too.
Oh,
like,
see, all right.
well, if I go to like another tournament, it's the same result. Like I just like throw them on their back and then armbar them. Then I'll be like, all right, well these blue belts aren't
Okay,
that good.
I agree
I'm gonna
with
start
that.
practicing more.
Sure, I agree with that. But you need to pull guard in here though. Pull guard with me, you little baby.
And I said like that second guy I knew I was gonna beat, and if I knew we were collectively all gonna not do no-gi, I would have like messed around with him for a little bit.
I've been telling him to pull guard for like the past 6
He's
months.
too scared. That's
He
all
doesn't-
right.
yeah, he
I do
doesn't
pull
wanna.
guard in
No,
here.
I mean,
No, you
didn't
pull
pull guard,
bottom side mount in here. You don't pull guard.
Bottom
you don't,
side
yeah,
mount?
because you don't play guard. You
I
don't
pull
play,
guard.
but you don't play guard. You let me pass, and then you throw me off of you
he
from
does that to
side
me.
mount.
He does that to everyone.
Sometimes I'll try a gi choke from half guard when they pass my half guard.
But sweep, you got the king of half guard right
He
here,
doesn't want to learn
who
it.
can teach you all this amazing half guard stuff. And if you ever, by some miracle, get taken down or just trip, you trip and somebody lands on top
Or
of you.
if you end
well,
up
I tried the
mounted.
half guard sweep you taught today, the scissor sweep on Greg,
That's not a half guard
And it-
sweep.
or the full guard sweep.
That's
This-
a loser sweep. We don't do
guard
that sweep.
Guard sweep on Greg, and it didn't work. And
Of
I was a little
course, it's
upset
a
about
loser
it.
sweep. Play half guard.
It's not a high percentage move, but you have to know it because if somebody does it to you, you're going to be like, "What was that? I've never seen that before." Now you've seen it.
That was your first time
Ask
doing that
me
move
how many
also.
times I go for that sweep.
How many times do you go for that sweep?
Never.
Okay.
Unless you roll with Dr. Dave.
I know. Yeah, I'll do it to Dr. Dave for fun.
How many times do you do helicopter arm bars?
Only to Dr. Dave.
Twice a year.
Both on Dr. Dave?
No, I didn't do it to Dr. Dave. It was Ed.
I did both of those to Dr. Dave. So listen, I want you to play half guard, please. I'm begging
Okay.
you to play half guard because you're gonna.
I
be on
don't do
bottom.
half guard on you guys because I want to beat you up. But on other people in the room, or not half guard, guard. On other people in the room, I'll pull guard. Mostly when I'm
Dave,
tired.
do you understand why we have to put him through specific scenarios? Like, we can't just let him free reign, do whatever he wants.
Yes,
because
I
he's a
do.
cheater. He cheats.
You're trying.
He's a cheater.
You don't have to talk me into
But you're
it,
not
Ed.
doing it.
I'm on board.
But you're not
What do
doing
you
it.
mean? We did guard this week.
I'm saying
we
listen,
started in
listen,
close
hold on,
guard.
hold on. 8 o'clock, the class ended, right?
Yes.
Pull this big monster aside and say, listen, you do this, this, and this only. You don't get to roll.
It's open mat.
No.
Yeah, but then other
not
people
for
are going to
him.
look around and ask why I'm getting special treatment.
It's
and being
not
told to put-
special treatment. We got to treat you like a baby because you don't want to listen. You want to cheat. We got to teach him how to play fair.
Treat like a baby.
Yeah.
I feel like I treat you more like a baby when we roll together.
No, you can't do nothing to me. All right?
Didn't he tap you like 2 weeks ago?
I did
Who?
tap him.
Yeah. And
Domina-
then he
Listen,
got mad.
I did a domination tap. I took his back and choked him.
And he
He's
got
got to
mad.
do these cheap
But I
YouTube
let you
tricks
take my
to me.
back.
You didn't let me take your
YouTube
back.
tricks.
Yeah, cheap YouTube
This
tricks.
this
This
move
was
I've
flow
been hitting
grappling.
is like in a big tournament. It was like a black belt tournament.
Did you hit me on it again? You hit it one time. It's a
Okay, well
one-time
now you
move.
don't do turtle anymore. So it worked for me. Now you
One
don't
time.
do turtle anymore.
Take my back and choke me.
That's a
Okay,
challenge.
give me your back.
I'll give you
Give
back.
me
you,
your
listen,
back.
If you have my back, you can never choke me.
Okay.
It's true.
You can armbar me if you get me in that position because you're strong. There.
Well, get us a ref in this room, and then I'll just rather have you get stalled out of the match instead of me
There's
trying
no,
to choke
I would
you.
never get stalled out of the match. If I'm in close to dominating position, like have a half guard there, I can hang out there. It's my prerogative.
No, when I pass your half guard, that's you just sit with your arms crossed and just turn.
So
Did
what?
you pass his half guard?
Yeah.
No. He lat dropped me
I
into side
passed it.
control. He
I
didn't pass.
passed it.
Actually, Dave, would that
I
even be a
passed it.
pass? If I'm on top of half guard and he just lat drops me, it's
Wait,
just a
All right,
You're
so
on
Ed,
top?
you were in half guard, and then I got past your half guard. That's me passing
No,
your
I
half
was in
guard.
I was in half guard on bottom. He picked me
No,
up
Ed,
and
let's
threw
rewind.
me
Yeah,
it's
into
passing.
side
I
control.
believe it's
Ed,
passing.
let's rewind to back.
How?
Ed.
He's on top. Or I
He's
guess it
past
is a
your
pass.
guard.
All right, fine, that is a pass.
Ed, can we
But-
rewind back to when you were saying how you would never get lat dropped by me from your half guard?
Did you
He's a
say
ch-
that?
You did, because you
But
were saying
yeah,
how
I
did
know
to
exactly what
Dave.
you're saying. I side with you.
Yeah, thank you. So he's cheating, and what are we supposed to just let him cheat?
I don't know what you want from me, Ed.
I just told you
he
what to do.
outweighs me by 70 pounds.
No.
I'm trying.
This is your school. You tell him what to do. You say you're not allowed to roll open round.
I want him to keep coming, though. All right? Remember when we had that whole conversation? I don't remember who we were talking to. Alan, maybe? About it has to be fun. You can give them some remember, I had the vote one day. I said, okay, guys, do you want to do another move or do you want to do rounds or something? I don't remember what it was. And everybody picked rounds. And you were like, yes, I know. It was the wrong decision, though. But I'm letting them decide. He has to do some of the decision-making on his own.
It's your job to convince him. Sell him on it. He quits. He's a quitter.
Well, Dave's gone now, but
He's a quitter. You're a cheater. John Stanley, you're all I got. You gotta listen to me, please. Don't you trust me?
Oh yeah, of course.
I've never lied to you.
No, I could tell that you really cared. You know, you put your after I got ankle locked, you put your arm around my shoulders. Like, listen, we're just gonna do one-on-ones. You lost this because I didn't know.
Yeah, because I'm
I
letting
like
Dave
how
tell
Ed
you you
blamed
can do
himself
whatever.
for John's loss.
Yeah. I
Whose
love
fault is it?
No, I like how you blamed yourself. That's
It is
good
my
coaching.
fault because I'm letting him teach you guys by himself. He needs my help. I'm his training wheels.
Oh,
we
but
went
back-
over ankle lock defense earlier
But
in the
he
week.
wasn't there that
Dave,
day.
back
It is not my fault. I had the
Not my
other
fault.
competitors in the room.
Sure. If you knew he wasn't there that day, which I forgot he wasn't there that day, you should be like, hey, John Stanley, just so you know, ankle locks are coming. Please show him.
Hang on, John Stanley. How many times have you seen the ankle lock defense before that?
Definitely a couple times.
Yeah, but
a
did you
lot.
need a refresher? Wouldn't it have
Yeah.
been nice to have a refresher?
I
To be
can't
honest,
refresh
yeah.
him with everything.
That's one
just,
thing. It's one thing. It's a very specific
We have
thing.
we have
But
gone
how do
over
I
it a lot.
pick
That
which
was like
thing?
we have gone
That's
over it a
very
lot.
important one.
What if somebody had his back? Doesn't he need to know back escapes?
back escapes?
What if somebody had, I don't know, a
Listen,
triangle?
if
Does he need to know triangle
if
escapes?
somebody takes his back, that's like 5 mistakes that he made to get to your back. Ankle lock is one mistake, you lose. That's why we got to show that one specifically.
That's why we did it earlier in the
but
week.
he wasn't there, and you knew he wasn't there.
Okay.
But the technique
Take
was
responsibility.
Yo,
that's
back-
all.
John, I'm sorry I failed you. It won't happen again.
You know, Ed, it's not his fault.
Yo, back to
No,
like
it's
keeping
fine.
things fun. I feel like we should play dodgeball for the warm up. I would definitely come for the warm ups.
See, do you see when you want to like give them responsibility for how the class
How
should
could
be
you play
run?
dodgeball?
It's pure
It would
silliness.
make people tough.
He doesn't
Listen.
want to get better. He doesn't want to get
Listen.
better.
This
He wants to be as good as he is right now,
This
and
is
that's
over because I'm done arguing. It's over. Thank you all for listening. John Stanley, you had a very good day. Sam, I'm disappointed in your gold medal.
I'm disappointed in it as well.
I'm not disappointed in it. You did great,
Oh,
but next
thank
time
you.
we're gonna get some harder competition.
Okay.
I don't know how, but it's
That's
gonna
on you
happen.
guys. You guys
It's
got
not
to reach
hard
out to.
competition. Just change the way he rolls. That's all I'm saying. Just do one day, just to show you. I'll show you.
Sam, what did I tell
Well,
you?
no, before the competition,
Thank
he had
you.
me start in half or like side control.
Every
People
day,
were in side control.
every
on
day
me.
he wants to show up late. You get to pick the rules. If he shows up on time, he could do a regular class. Okay.
Actually, I do like that. That's actually a good
All
idea.
right.
If you skip warm up again, I pick how you roll the rest of the week.
Yes.
the whole week.
no,
Okay,
just
the
a
whole
day. Whatever day you show up late.
And if I show up on time, we can play dodgeball for the warm up.
No.
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 So what do I get out of
This
this?
is not kids class.
Do I get anything out of this?
You're gonna get better. That's what you get out of this. Okay.
If you show up on time like an adult, you get treated like an
There
adult.
you go.
If you show up late, then I treat you like a kid and I tell you what to do.
There we go. I feel great
I
about
like
this.
this.
I love it. John
For,
Stanley.
thanks for having us
yeah,
again.
good job today.
It was an honor to be on this podcast.
You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Core BJJ.
So that
I
was
love when you sing.
yeah, that was the episode. We got a lot of guests, 4 guests in one episode.
Yeah, you were a little stumped on how to transition from the first 2 guests to the next 2.
I left that in. You could just see what you think about it.
No, you're gonna have to cut it out.
Oh,
we
they
were really
know.
mean.
Oh, yeah, we cut
were
'em out.
very rude.
I said a couple curses. It's all right.
Well, Jeff cursed too. We got to cut out. Are you gonna put farts in, or are you gonna put the?
I'll do
idiots?
whatever you want. Whatever you want.
No, you tell me. Surprise me. How about that?
I'll
I'm gonna see if I
surprise.
could pick them out because the one I couldn't even pick out. But that's what we did. The good fight. Never again.
Never again. I got to stand strong with you. I agree. It was the worst tournament I've ever been to.
I don't think it was just COVID. I have a feeling that's just the way they run it. Like you talked about, same day signups, paper on the wall, no smooth comp. Come on, people.
I think what we should do, though, is something in-house. Even if you just do one with the students, we just set up a couple super fights, and we put a ref to it in real time, and then we'll do just silly stakes.
I have an idea. We'll do my brother Peter Pan against Big Joe.
Oh, not a good matchup.
Sam, you're not talking. You're not here yet.
Oh, no, Sam versus Joe. Now, that's in the matchup.
In the future,
That's a super fight.
we're going to start giving Joe privates because I bet you he listens. Not like Sam. I did. No, he did this. No, you don't know what you're talking. I was trying. No.
Yeah, he's arguing against both those. We have close to 30 years of BJJ experience, and he's going to tell us what to do?
We have video of him not pinching his knees.
So silly.
Joe, pinch your knees. I guarantee he does it.
Listen, if you guys want to learn a proper arm bar, pinching your knees, you got to go to Core BJJ. They're our main sponsor, CoreBJJNJ.com. Also on social media, Core BJJNJ. You want to know any techniques? Reach out to us.
I like that. Also, check out our other sponsor, Dr. Dave. Ed yelled at me and said that I shouldn't even say it anymore, but I'm gonna anyway. Deez Swoboda on Instagram, Ground Game Physio on Facebook, and check out his website at groundgamephysio.com. The only reason he has a website is because of us. Go on there, harass him through the website, make sure he knows it's being used, even if you don't plan on seeing him.
And if you are seeing him, let him know it's because of us. All right? Tell him he should be listening to these episodes if we're going to be promoting them. Out of respect.
He got a bunch of people because of us.
Exactly. Show some respect.
RESPECT.
Find out what it means to me.
All right, that's it. Let's get out of here.
All right, now we're going on to our episode with Maddie. I can't wait to do it. You guys will hear it next week.
To the Death Podcast.
Episode 43.